Love it. What about that?
Yeah, man. Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Happy Memorial Day weekend.
I didn't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, sometimes you don't.
I don't salute.
Yeah.
I was not in the service. So,
okay.
So then I went to hand over heart.
Yeah.
Was that the right move?
That's a good move. You can always go hand over eyes, hand over mouth. I don't know. The monkeys did this stuff. So there's things you can do with them.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you, sir. And your wonderful, lovely girlfriend, LaShawn.
LaShawn Robinson.
Thank you for your service,
Thank you
young
for your
lady.
service.
Absolutely.
Many years in the National Guard.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
So, look, we got a lot of stuff popping off on Memorial Day weekend. Obviously, I wanted to celebrate that. We'll talk a little bit about some of those things. Hey, I got to tell you something. It's another great day, Derrick.
Okay, why's that?
Because we're in SRP Studios LLC.com.
That's right.
What?
Coming to you live in front of a studio audience.
That's it. Hey, how y'all doing? It's good to see you.
There they are.
It's good to see you. Yeah, they were quiet for a minute. They were shy. I like that. Those guys sound like they have positive voices as well. I bet they could go and sign up at my Facebook.
That's right.
Positive
MotivateWithCoachCamp.com.
Those could do that.
I mean, right out of the gate.
Straight out. That's what we're doing.
Hey,
how are you?
they can contact us.
They can. How can they do it? I know one way.
I'm so
I've got
disoriented.
it. They can go to Cannonballing Life at
gmail.com. Okay. And please, I need some positivity in my life.
Do
Where
that.
can I go, Coach?
Positive Voices on Facebook.
That's right. Link in the description.
It's in there.
And, it doesn't buy happiness, but sometimes money is pretty good.
Money's not bad.
And we have a Venmo.
We do.
At Motivate with Coach Camp. Link in the description.
Drop $2.
$2, $3, $100.
Oh, nice.
Whatever floats your boat.
Sure enough.
We're good with it.
I'm not going to turn it away.
Man, we got so much to cover here.
We got a lot of stuff. And the song is already over. When we're having fun, the song just flies by.
That's right. And when Derrick doesn't talk when he's supposed to.
Well, maybe you're just feeling the moment.
All right, before we get to the list,
Do it.
two critical things. I want you to talk on about Memorial Day.
Yes.
And then you need to recap the softball state championship.
Jeez, want for me. First of all, thank you, seriously, sincerely, 100% from our hearts to all of the veterans.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Memorial Day. It's okay because it's an American tradition to take time out, sit down, eat some barbecue, some apple pie, watch some TV, hang out by the pool, get sunburned really bad. All those things are great, but let's not forget what it's all about. And it is about our soldiers.
Yes, our
veterans.
These people that put everything before themselves.
That's right.
Everything. I mean, when they sign the dotted line, they are offering their
You're saying, hey, what country needs, I'm willing to give. Yeah. Absolutely.
And just the courage it takes to make that step.
There's so much about that.
When you literally sign your life away, regardless of how many steps go thereafter and how successful you might be in the service or whatever it may be, the fact that you sign that dotted line is everything.
It really is. And, I'm not pat myself on the back, and sometimes you do things you don't even realize the significance in the moment. And that's true for me a little bit. I was doing it for the adventure. But the truth is, man, military members, they really got to sacrifice in a lot of ways. You got a family, you got kids, whatever. They send you to all different parts of the world. You have to be away from them a year, 18 months. And just, it's hard to communicate. And sometimes you're in places where you can't communicate. So anyway.
So tell us where you were
So this was
stationed at one point.
This was my sand fatigues from Saudi Arabia. Yep. When I saw them for the first time, because you're going to get different uniforms depending on what part of the country you're going to. It's assigned to you. I was like, I really got to get me some sand camis. So, I signed up. I was like, put me in the desert rotation.
How long were you there for?
About 2 months. Okay. It wasn't too long. It wasn't very long for me.
Yes. And we've discussed some of the cuisine that you tried there.
Some of the cuisine was interesting. Understandably, when you go into certain branches, you have certain mindsets. I went into the Air Force.
Yeah.
My mindset was
fighting aliens.
Well, that was one of the possibilities.
It is
got that thing in there. It could have been. But my thought was, I'm going to have a person that does a turn down service from my bed. My laundry should be done for me. Nice air conditioned.
Did they tell you that when you enlisted?
Well, there's rumors, and it's not so much from the recruiter. But so when I get to the desert and I find myself in a tent with a cot, and there's sand everywhere, and there's possible scorpion attacks, I'm like, wait a minute. What am I in? This is wrong. I'm not in survival school.
Scorpion's the size of a hubcap.
Oh, gosh. So anyways, it was an adjustment phase, but I'm so glad I did it. I'm so glad I did the 4 years. I recommend to anyone out there, especially if you're a young person that's not sure of what you want to do in life, gives you a lot of tools, so many tools that you'll never get doing something else. I mean, just responsibility, integrity, discipline, all that stuff.
We love all of you to replace the men like myself that just never had any desire to join the military.
And that's okay.
So thank you, because you're protecting me.
That's right.
And my lazy ass.
And you got a girlfriend now. She does that. She's taking care of you.
Thank you, LaShawn. Love you. Absolutely. Thank you for what you do.
Protect you if something happens.
Yes, we all need you, because some of us, it's just not in us.
And that's okay.
To sign that dotted line. It just is what it is.
And that's why you got to go young, too, because it ain't in me anymore. I'm whoops. It's now past the baton. Keep going. But I thought I would bring this out. And, hey.
I love it. You always bring new things to show me.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised I fitted it. I was like, wow, I must have really been kind of chunkier when
You're looking pretty sharp, buddy.
Thank you very much. I'm having to suck in. One button's really struggling. It's hanging in there. It's hanging. Keep doing you, boy.
It's going to pop.
Don't let that thing go. So, hey, if it does, just duck. All right. Don't want to knock your eye out. But
all right. Now.
Softball.
Yeah. Now you're going to have to throw yourself under the bus a little bit.
I am. Well, I'm already under there.
Explain what we did last episode.
Yeah, I made a prediction. Now, understandably, you know, predictions are just that. It's just prediction. It's not fact. And had a lot of hope from a girls softball Hernando High School team. Figured they would take it into
the ladies, Lady Tigers.
Lady Tigers. Yep. Thought for sure they would win 2 in a row, but I said for sure they would not be playing on Friday. And they didn't. They lost 2 in a row.
Yeah.
That's all right. But they still won the North half. They won the North half. They're amazing. They're going to be back. I say they're going to be a perennial in those playoffs, going to the championship year after year after year. But still, congratulations, Hernando softball team. You guys did a great job this year. Very proud of you. Very, very proud. One thing that's funny is I sent out a video, a motivational, go get them, y'all better look out, we coming for you. And I got trolled by one of the dads.
That's awesome.
Down in wherever that is.
They're paying attention.
They're paying attention.
That's all we care about.
They're messing with me. I'm like, all right, I can take it. It's fair. So.
Enemies will still listen because they want to hear what you're going to say next.
Absolutely. Why do you think anybody watches The View? I'm just saying. It's not the quality.
But yeah, so part of podcasting is this timeline thing, right? So we filmed the Wednesday of the first game.
Yep.
You know, so we had to predict, knowing that by the time the episode dropped, you were either going to be dead on and prophetic or
denied. That's me.
But yes, congratulations. It's still a success.
Amazing, amazing year for sure. But hey, man. So many things have happened just in 1 week, and that's one of the reasons why it's so easy for us to come in here once a week and talk. Because to be honest with you, and I'm very blessed on this, we have very busy lives.
We've fallen into this groove where we're kind of just, we're talking about our week
and what's maybe coming.
When we first started, and we'll still do this, tell stories from the past or whatever, and just be goofy and whatnot. But I do like coming in here and thinking of, well, what do I want to talk about? And then I'm like, oh, just talk about the things that you just did.
We literally lived it.
As boring as some of them might be at times, hey, that's our life.
We had to live it, and now we want you to suffer with us.
Well, I got to share some good news about the studio.
Talk to me. Tell me what's going on.
I'm here. Got a new client.
Okay. Let's go.
Yes. Her name is Melissa Dabar. Met her through Neil Colley. I got connected to Neil because of you, Coach. See how this is working?
Connecting dots.
So she was a guest on the Local Yokels podcast. Now she's been on the show twice. But Neil, I call Neil I call him Community Cupid.
That's a good name for him.
He's a good connector. He's good at introducing people and helping each other out. So he knew that she was interested in podcasting, and he,
what's her podcast?
Strongly suggested doing one, and now we're starting to finally get to the point where we filmed 2 episodes today. So the name of the podcast is American Fight Stories with Dabar. Her name is Melissa Dabar, and she's challenging all Americans to be better Americans.
Oh, nice.
It's a very patriotic,
sounds
spiritual podcast. Yes,
motivational.
And she's interviewing the hard workers out there. the heroes. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
So she technically signed on, air quotes, signed on weeks ago.
Yeah, for people that don't know, you have to sign away part of your life to come up here to Derrick. It's like, all right, I promise to do all your laundry.
It's more heroic than enlisting to the military.
Oh, yeah, that's what I
signing that dotted line.
You're sacrificing stuff, trust me.
But to save everyone from getting buried into the weeds, today was finally the day where we started filming some content.
Is she doing guest?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So we built up a certain way, and then it got to the point, bam, and today was the first day.
Cool.
We're going to record a third episode in the next week or two where I'm interviewing her. It's sort of like...
You and I kind of broke in that way.
It's going to be the introduction / trailer episode. Once I finally launch this, the one she does with me will be the first published, but the first official full-length interview,
Rockstar podcast?
Right.
Okay,
will come out at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, your magnesium's off a little bit, I think. We'll give you some. I got some pills in the back.
Is it that noticeable?
No, I don't know. Hey, look, we've survived some storms.
Dude, I feel like... This is... Let me paint this picture. This is my brain right now. You're kicking back, and the leaves have fallen. It's fall, so you can see like the oak tree branches, and you can just see in, and it's like 4 trees kind of all meshed into each other.
Wow, this is deep.
And then just a wall of squirrels chasing each other in that nest of trees going up and down, left and right.
Nice.
That's my brain.
It seems like kind of, I raised a couple squirrels. By the way, are any of my squirrels in that tree with you?
Probably.
Made me running around. All right.
But thank you, Melissa.
Yes.
I appreciate it. And when this gets launched and published, I will promote it again.
Good.
And,
I mean, look.
Push people to it.
I am one of those that I believe we are always stronger with community. So whenever I started my stuff, I was hoping that others would join in. Not necessarily if it would just have to be with me, but wanted to see more of that. Yeah. That was the whole reason why I did it to begin with. I get sick of all the negativity and malarkey.
Positive Voices, Facebook group, link in the description.
And look, you talk about the trees. There's a bunch of them down around us right now. For those people who don't know, an EF1 just rolled through this thing. Lucky we're standing.
Yes, I'm glad no one got really hurt. I know of one person that lost his house. And there's other pictures out there, and you drive around. There's a house on Mount Pleasant that has a big tree in it.
There's a bunch of big trees down.
Oh, so we're located right across from the high school.
In Hernando, Mississippi.
Hernando, MS, DeSoto County. So Thousand Oaks is walking distance from here.
That's right.
So if you're heading north on Mackinville and you're taking a right on Thousand Oaks, then it you go down a hill, and then you work your way to Jaybird. That was completely closed off for a few days.
It was.
It's finally open, so I drove through there today.
Catastrophe.
And that is like the war zone there.
Wow.
When you leave here,
I'm going to take a trip.
Go down the hill.
Yeah.
And because if you look right outside of this studio, when you look out my window,
trees down
right next door, all the trees are down. So it must have come through here.
Hard straight line or a small EF. It said EF1, so I'm assuming maybe that was it. It went through here. I used to live right around the corner. I lived in that cove right here behind Gateway.
Okay, yeah.
I used to live in that cove.
So just keep going down, and I mean, you can tell Thousand Oaks probably had 4 different areas where trees were across the street, and they'd cleaned it up. So it was messy.
It was messy. But you know what we didn't have is bad weather. We did have hot weather on your day of the A'Fair. Hey, Derrick, catch us up a little bit. And I know my wife is going to love this segment. She is excited. I told her yes.
Slinging that nasty fly swat around.
We will. And you know what? She's so famous now. People are going to be getting shirts made up. It's going to have a woman with a fly swatter.
It's great.
You made her famous. Talk about it.
So, yes, the A'Fair was just, as we record this a few days ago, it was on Saturday. The Palmer Home for Children Kids Zone in the parking lot of the City Hall.
Foster care.
The event was 9 to 4. I got there around 6:45 to start setting up, and was there
early.
And we wrapped up around 3:30, and I was gone by 4. So it was a full day.
Yeah.
But it was a blast. Great experience. I mean, it was a beast. It's only my second gig, if you will.
Yeah, as a DJ.
And this was an 8-hour day.
Yeah.
You know, and in that heat. So
Ooh, I know it's hot for you.
It was saying rain all week.
Mm-hmm.
And it never rained. And then it didn't rain on Saturday. So we're grateful for that. But oof, it was humid.
Yeah, it was humid.
It was
and you're
sticky.
from the north, so like that was a
Always
level
hated it.
7 or 6 for me. Had to be a level 12 for you.
No, I always hated humidity.
I bet.
Hated it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, see, here's the thing. Maine is humid.
Is it?
We don't have the higher temperatures,
Mm-hmm.
but at least where I grew up, coastal,
Mm-hmm.
sticky.
Okay.
It gets very wet.
I guess you just don't
very
associate.
wet.
I always think of it just being chilly.
It's very saturated.
Okay.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, winter's brutal.
Brutal, yeah.
And it's forever. It goes on forever. But so it was fun. The morning started out amazing. The whole day was great. But thank you, LaShawn, came with me. She was my partner the whole day.
Yep.
We were the first ones to roll into that parking lot. So it was just how we like to roll. Her and I are the same. We're on the same page when it comes to showing up to things early and getting set up. And so by the time I'm almost set up, other people are now just starting to trickle into that parking lot, like the bouncy, the inflatable slide, the Funky Monkey frozen treats truck starting to pull in. I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, so I just kick on some light music.
Chilling.
Boom, right back to that yacht rock list.
There we go.
Perfect.
Dun, dun,
You know, you
dun,
can't go
dun,
wrong.
dun.
And it's just a beautiful morning, and everyone's having fun.
Yep.
And then
Uh-oh. What happened? Tell me what happened.
the generator.
Snap action satisfaction. Let me get some action from the back section.
Food trucks need to have power.
They do.
Right? And they can't just tap into a regular outlet.
Mm-mm.
So they come with generators.
Here we
and
go.
this is something I'm learning. 2 gigs in, both gigs, you got a loud generator just humming along, burying the music.
You got to get an amplifier. I've heard about this.
I mean, I cranked it up.
Yeah.
You know, but it was so comfortable. But when the generator kicked on, you couldn't hear the music at all. It completely drowned it out. So in order to then, I got to one-up him.
Yep.
And boom, I had to crank it up. So it was nice, but it was just loud music all day to get over that generator. And then when I'm having my moments to speak and promote Palmer Home and Annabelle, you know, just had to give it, dude.
Learning lessons.
Yes, and you roll with the punches because there's nothing anyone can do about it.
Hey, the show must go on.
They need power. They need to operate their business. So there's no shame here. It's not like, why are they bringing a generator? Well, they need it. Duh.
Yeah.
It's just something to, you know, hopefully maybe I start doing these more and I might have some say in where I can set up and I can be like, keep me as far away from generators as possible.
Yeah.
Wherever. Maybe.
That's all you got to do. Is just say, hey, no generators.
But it was fun.
Put a sign out.
So then,
Generator X.
throughout the day, very little people know I'm even doing this. So a lot of friends were like, "What's up, man?"
Yeah.
Just strolling through, and I had to explain, "Hey, guess what? This is what I'm doing now."
Yeah, something else, baby. Got another one.
So that was fun. And then my boy here,
Who dat?
Mr. Coach Camp,
Oh, that guy.
and the
I met him.
wonderful
Can you
Alicia,
quit flinging that nasty fly swat around?
come walking up,
wow.
and I was ready for the moment. I knew you were coming.
Yes.
And I had made that decision long in the morning. I was like, when they roll up,
Got a little
the
song.
minute,
Got a
I don't
little
care
song.
where we are in a song, didn't matter. I saw you too. And then in the PA as loud as possible,
Can you quit flinging that nasty fly swat around?
out to the masses.
I saw a dude turn around smiling. She gonna be known as the fly swatter lady.
And she didn't look upset.
She's not.
She didn't look
upset.
mad at me.
No.
So thanks for being, a champ.
Dude, do you know who she's
Alicia,
married
and
to?
Playing along
Have
with
you
us.
ever met the guy that she's actually married to?
Yes,
I mean,
this is true. Yeah. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, you got to work hard to get past that one. That's what I'm saying. Hey, look, and then I introduced you to a really long corn dog. I wanted to introduce you to the Pronto Pup.
Didn't have any, did they?
They didn't have any. I was very disappointed. Shame on you, A'Fair. Next time, Pronto Pumps. Let's go. Let's go.
But wherever you got that corn dog,
It was good.
2
I'll give
thumbs
her-
up.
Yeah.
With some mustard, bam.
foot long.
Way
You
to
gotta be
go.
careful because you go in like, and then all of a sudden stuck it back in your throat. If you had tonsils, you're coming out with one of them.
So thank you, Annabelle. Thank you, Palmer Home for Children, for letting me be the voice of the Kids Zone. Thank you.
Yep, it was a good time. One thing I thought about was, when it comes to food in particular, do you mind if I share this?
Go for it.
Okay, good. Because we're going to go somewhere in a minute. I'm just going to drive around. We'll see what happens. So I was looking at, and you talked about the lines. That's what determines whether or not you get in a line or not. A lot of times, how big the line is. They were really efficient. There was very few long lines.
I'm glad you're bringing this up because I never saw the actual square. The whole day I was stuck down at the parking lot.
I guess you were.
So was it slamming up there?
There was
high
a ton
traffic?
of folks. Oh, yeah. And we were there right at lunchtime, so I was kind of expecting it to be tough.
Yeah.
But really, every vendor line may have been 6 to 8 deep, but it moved quick. They were moving super quick. And one of the things that I kind of clued in on, I don't know if you know people like this. I don't know, maybe you're this way. I don't know. I personally cannot eat food fast. I got to chew it really good or else I choke to death.
Yeah, you told me this.
Yeah, I've got like a small esophageal open. It's a true story. And I have to chew it up. Man, my son, hey.
Does he swallow whole?
Hey, I don't even know. It's like chomp, chomp, gone. I've never seen a person be able to swallow food whole like this. It is incredible.
Yeah.
Dude, we had some chicken and dumplings, okay? And I am not even kidding. So chicken and dumplings, I make it from scratch. Why you think Alicia deal with me? Because I know how to cook, y'all. I know how to cook. I'm sorry, I may have squirreled. So I had made some delicious chicken and dumplings. Boiled the chicken, made my own broth, did all that stuff.
I like eating too, if you ever want to share.
Dude, I want you to come over. You can stay over there. In fact, why don't you move into Zach's room? Because that boy ain't doing nothing over there. You probably do more work. But I make some chicken and dumplings. And the time it takes to go around and get your biscuit and then you put your stuff in your bowl and
sounds delicious.
I'm getting it and I turn around and that man went clunk, 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 clunk. And he's like sitting there with an empty bowl.
That's no fun eating that way.
I don't know how. I said, but I tell you what, you go in the military, you ready.
Yeah.
It's like, we're getting bombed. I got this. He had eaten the entire bowl. I'm like, how did you not burn your goozle?
I enjoy tasting my food and savoring it.
I would have choked smooth to death. He better be glad I do a good job of getting the bones out the chicken.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't, he done swallowed a bone, it'd been stuck sideways, just like in a cartoon. Have bounce up and down in the cartoon trying to swallow and the thing bouncing up and down.
The bones sticking up the neck.
That's right. You've seen him.
Yeah.
So, but he's been around this weekend. We've been moving my mom. And so moving my mom's stuff. I built her house over there. That's a full day event every day. So I've been making dinners and stuff for everybody. So he eats up that stuff. And I got news for you, man. It's a lot of stuff. My mom got a lot of stuff. Mom, you got a lot of stuff, Mom.
Moving a full
you got a lot of stuff.
House that's been lived in for how long?
A couple decades.
Yeah. A long time to collect.
Accumulate, yeah.
When I moved from my second location in Memphis to Olive Branch, which was just a puddle jump to Hernando eventually, but when I was moving out of Memphis, I was moving out of what was an already furnished studio apartment. So when I moved there, I didn't have anything. So it was a perfect situation. Nice small apartment.
Yeah.
Had its bed, had a little couch,
Yeah, that's easy.
So I'm thinking, well, when I move out of here,
no big deal.
It's going to be easy.
You're not thinking about buying stuff.
But it's amazing how much crap you can collect.
Just keep showing up.
Any open space, you fill it. It's like human nature. It's like, oh, I got a bigger closet, fill it.
Yep.
It's just more stuff.
More things.
And I was shocked at how long and frustrating it was just to move out of that place. Never mind a full house that's been lived in for 20 years.
Dude, so many things. The attic spaces, the closets.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's got something in it. Well, speaking of which, when I was in the Air Force and I had just gotten married, we were moving out to Colorado. I had this is literally it. My couch was a daybed. My love seat was a beanbag chair.
Been there, man.
Had a 13-inch screen TV. There was almost nothing to move. It's like I got a back pickup truck and we're good. So yeah,
See ya.
I got a pillow.
I have a funny picture out there somewhere, but now go to the next move from Olive Branch. No, let me take that back. Go back to the move from the studio apartment to Olive Branch. Well, because I was moving from a space that already had furniture, moving to a 2-bedroom, I don't have any furniture, so I had to buy a bunch of stuff. And I moved in January 2020 and had to order all my furniture. Wow. It all came in before the shutdown.
You got it just in time.
So lucky.
Because there was things stuck out in the ocean forever.
Oh, I know. Yeah. But for that first week or so, my living room was a TV on a box and 2 lawn chairs.
I've been there, man.
Camping chairs. That was it. And a lamp like just in the middle of the room.
Yeah. I mean, look, so no judgment on any of that stuff.
Yeah.
If you've started from scratch in life, you felt that.
Well, shout out to my friend Terry Lesner.
Hey, Terry.
Lensner. She was
she Lenster you
just
that?
a godsend that got me through that period. But
Oh, yeah. Well, did she move you?
She invested in me.
Fair enough. Good
Put it
enough.
that way.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the whole week we've been working over there. Zach drives the side-by-side back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever met my dog, Finley?
Yeah.
You know, he's an Australian Shepherd.
And Finley went for a run one day.
Well, he's an Australian Shepherd. He goes run for a run every day.
But there was a day that he was
he disappeared.
Disappeared.
He did. He went for a long run. That's true. Yes. A lot of people saw that out there in social
Yes.
media world because I was looking for him. Had a lot of people share that. Over 300 shares immediately.
Now, there's another positive on Facebook and social
100%.
media.
Yep.
We hate it for a lot of things, but that right there, I remember you put that out and everyone just jumps on board
They
and
did.
it's the share game. Share. And sure enough,
We found him.
without Facebook,
Who knows?
Yeah.
It's funny because I think if I would have put out there my kid's missing, it had like 4 shares. Put out there your dog's missing. 5,000 shares. Say the
I know.
dog. Say the dog.
we love our fur babies.
I mean, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So people are supportive there. And so then this guy's a little bit whack. He loves to run. He's a gray streak. Poor Zach. He's going back and forth yesterday doing stuff. We're doing in the side-by-side. Because, my house is about 600 feet back from my mom's. Dog ran right in front of him, done ran over the leg. Leg all busted up.
Oh, no.
Dude hopping around, got 3 legs. Now, you would think, okay.
Is it broken?
Well, no, we took him to the vet. It wasn't broke. It's
Good.
just busted up. It had big cuts in it. They gave him some antibiotics, whatever.
He will be okay.
He's going to be fine. But here's the thing. You would think, okay, well, he knows now you run right in front of a side-by-side as it's going super fast.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get ran over. Dude got 3 legs, still running full speed next to the. I'm like, dude, what you got to have no legs? You're going to roll fast.
Is he trying to bite the tire? Does he do that?
He does do that, which is what you got to pay attention
Yeah.
to. But he came from behind, and that's how Zach didn't seem. So he darted up and then right in front. So he's just so fast. We got our big Winston over there, which is it's a Saint Bernard, and he's not keeping.
He's
up
not
with him.
chasing down a side
He's
by
trying,
side.
but he's very slow.
That's
That's it. That's what it looks like right
Slow
there.
motion. At some point, he's going to give up.
Look, I don't know if we'll be able to
At
show
some point,
this.
he's going to decide, I'm not a car chaser.
I'm
at
not doing
all."
this anymore. Look, I hope you can show this to people. I don't know if you can put that on the camera, but that was him today with Maddie in the swimming pool. He just gets in the pool and
He's a
swims
big boy.
and hangs out. Y'all can look at this camera. If you go ahead and bring it in tight right there. That's what he does in the summertime. He's just
I'm gonna
swimming in the swimming pool.
doing
there
mine,
it is.
so
there
I
you
know
go.
for a fact
Yeah,
it will
I
be
can
in
see that.
frame.
Zoom in a little bit on that one. That's it. Yeah, you did a good job though. Anyways, that's what's happening over at
Cool.
the Coach Camp Ponderosa.
Good deal.
So, hey, look, you said something too. We're in May, and we're getting close to June. Didn't you say something about your daughter getting her driver's license?
Ooh,
Because we just
yes.
talked about my son running over a
Yes.
dog. Maybe he need to get his driver's license and take it back.
Yeah, so after June 2nd, hide all of your dogs and cats. No. Yes, my daughter's getting her license.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Monday, June 2nd, finally is here. She doesn't have her own vehicle yet. Grandma is helping out my mom, Mama D.
Mama D and how?
Mama Darlene.
Come on, girl.
Is now starting to shop for herself, and then the hand-me-down.
Oh, so she's going to get Mama D's car.
She's going to get Mama D's car,
that
which
makes sense.
is a Nissan Sentra.
Nice.
We'll get it all inspected and tuned up, check the brakes.
You said she working 2 jobs too.
Yeah, so now she's been at Bricks and Minifigs, which is our local Lego store, and then now she's starting at Dunkin' Donuts.
Nice.
And she wants to roll with both jobs for a little bit, but ultimately she loves working at the Lego store. She loves all the people.
Yeah.
Because they're all really good people and they're awesome. But it's retail.
Yeah.
So regardless of how much you might love the people at your work and everything, sometimes you have to be like, well, is this job really for me?
True.
You know? So she
100%.
enjoys it, but now she wants to try something that was more like her first temp job she had was at Honey Baked Ham for Thanksgiving and
I remember
Christmas.
you talking about that.
Temp, yeah, just for the holidays.
Is she able to bring home donuts to you?
I got a free turkey.
No, I'm talking about now. She going to Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Get her through the training first.
Let me know something.
But where was I? What was I saying?
My bad. You were just talking about how she was thinking maybe she likes.
Oh yeah. So
But she got to move sometimes.
When working at Honey Baked Ham week of Thanksgiving isn't fun. It was overstimulating. But she now has seen the difference between retail and service. You still customer service is still there.
Sure.
But what are you selling? You selling retail or are you selling food and drink? And there's a difference in terms of like the pacing and the different things you have to do in the kitchen. So she kind of likes busier work.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, you said she was an OCD queen. Like if you wanted all your Legos stacked and sorted by color and size, she was the person you wanted.
But so I'm excited. So today as we record this was her orientation day, just watching a bunch of videos. I don't know. They're going to work around her schedule at the Lego place and we'll see where it goes, and just teaching her, hey, if you want to make a change, you can.
Yeah.
It's up to you. You can change your job, but here's how you do it.
Right.
Try this next one. Roll with both while you can, while it's summertime.
Sure. Because she's going to be a senior.
Yeah, and she's going to be a senior.
Coming up.
We're only one job. We both agreed. By the time she goes back to school, we don't need to be crazy.
Stay focused.
Because she's inquired to. So one job will be enough. And then you pick the job that you
much respect.
want to keep.
Much respect. Do you remember the commercial back in the day? It was probably back in the 80s where the old guys getting out of the base like, time to make the donuts.
Yeah.
So you got to show her that video.
I didn't dig that up.
Yeah.
And then I'll find the other. Where's the beef?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that one?
That was a classic one, yeah. That woman was only 25 back then.
Where's the beef? So weird.
Yeah, my wife says that. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I apologize. I want to apologize to everyone. Oh, Lord have mercy. No, thank you. So yeah, that's good stuff, man. Look, when I was in high school, I usually did a little bit of part-time hopping.
Yeah.
And there were times, especially in the summer, where I would do a couple gigs, make a little extra jack so you could do stuff. But I got to say, whenever I got to college, I pretty much stayed on one job at that point because trying to go to college and do that was just too much.
It's too many schedules to balance.
Things. Yeah, it's the balancing is tough.
So to stay with Skylar, so even though she doesn't have a car yet, as soon as she gets her license, she's going on my insurance. My buddy Brandon Vandenberg over at Shelter Insurance is already ready for it. So then she can at least drive my car. And if there's a day where I know I'm just staying home working all day, no appointments, then she has a little shift that she can drive herself to. Yeah. All right, you can drive yourself to work.
That's good.
But then let my mom know maybe, hey, if I need to go somewhere, are you home? Okay, cool. And work it out where my mom knows that I'm carless. But just to give Skylar an opportunity to get some practice being on her own out there before, she has her own vehicle. She doesn't have to wait to drive by herself before she gets her own car. She can use mine. So.
Yeah, you got to get familiar with stuff. Maddie's going to be getting her driver's license in June. It's going to be late June.
And this is going to be another big thing for Maddie when the time comes, because it's a big deal when you're a senior. There's only a certain amount of parking spots, and this year the way they did it, the first 200 kids that seniors signed up, you get your designated parking spot, which you can paint.
Yeah, that's cool.
You've seen it.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
Always steal somebody.
She was number 95. She got in, but the 201st senior doesn't get his or her own spot.
How about that?
I mean, they have access to parking.
Sure, you can park. You just don't have a place you can paint and make your own.
So Skylar's in, so now she's going to have a spot to paint.
What do you think she's going to paint?
It's going to be cool. It's a SpongeBob-esque thing, I think.
Do you think it's an homage to me and you? Who do you think you would be, SpongeBob or Patrick?
Patrick.
You're Patrick?
Oh, yeah. I play it all the time with her. It's an inside joke.
Oh, okay.
I'll stick the belly out. And,
nice.
It used to make her laugh when she was 9.
Yeah.
Still laughs at 16.
Yeah. Who would you?
Still funny.
I'm definitely not.
Still funny.
I'm not Squidward. So I guess.
Oh, you're SpongeBob.
I guess I got to be SpongeBob.
Oh, you are SpongeBob. I guess
got to be.
Yeah. I mean, SpongeBob is a squirrel. Well, you wouldn't be Squirrel, though.
No, but that's Sandy.
Yeah, it's Sandy. Sandy the squirrel.
we went in different directions on this thing anyways. Oh, Lord.
Well, congratulations, Skylar. Yeah. Oh, but the fact that, junior year is over. She got honor roll.
Oh, that's awesome.
For the second semester, only 1 C in the first semester. So in the whole school year, she only had 1 C. Proud of her. When I think back on middle school and then freshman year, how terrified she was, and all the different things these kids go through with drama, emotions,
girl, man,
their hormones, the shifting of,
I can relate
maturity.
A little bit. When I was in school, I made 1C. But that was my highest grade. So it was a totally different thing. It was like, I did it. C for Chris.
C for Chris.
I did it.
One more year, she gets to check out the new high school.
Oh, yeah. She's going to be the first in on that one.
First in.
Cool.
So I'm going to try to cherish one more year because.
What's she going to do, man?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
There's no pressure.
No need to.
We're not pressuring her to. Certainly, I'm not saying that you have to go to college just because you're supposed to, because I don't want you forcing anything and wasting money and time. Let's explore a little bit.
Life is college.
And I told her, enjoy your senior year, enjoy your 4th high school year in choir, enjoy the last cabarets you do, the last spring concert you play, just enjoy it.
You think you'll cry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I cry a lot.
I might get teared up because cabaret is the last performance by the choir group, and it's like 3 nights. I'm going to go to all of them.
Yeah.
They do 4 nights, and every one of them, and then the last one, I'll cry because it's going to be sad, but also because I've had to watch the same thing 4 times.
It's a blend. That's life. It's always a blend.
Graduation day, I'm bringing a handkerchief.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
I got to go to graduation tomorrow night as we tape. It's Lewisburg's. My niece and nephew are graduating.
Okay.
So it's a lot of activity. Man, I tell you what.
Tis the season, right?
Tis that season, which is why I have a Motivate with Coach Camp podcast coming out this coming Monday, which is motivation and fire for graduates, but it's for all people. And I think you'll like it. You should definitely tune in and check it out. So Maddie's going to be driving by next month, and a lot of her friends are. And so now what has happened is I will come home from any respective time, and there's 7 cars in my front yard, and everybody's in the swimming pool, including the dog. So there's a lot of activity like that going on. I'm just like, well, there's this happening now.
Well, Skylar getting her own car is going to be such a game changer. It's going to be
a game changer for you, for sure.
Because, all the parents out there that have kids in the 20s or kids in the 30s, it never gets easy, right? You always have your next phase. And so I'm in that void right now where she's got a busy work schedule, even before getting the second job, and needs rides. And I'm like, it's easier maintaining school than it is summer work schedule.
No doubt.
That's why we had to move this filming today. I had to be like, hey, can we bump it to a later time? Because I had to go pick her up at work.
That's right.
And my mom was out, not available. Yeah. So that's it.
Imagine my parents. I had 2 senior years. That's a true story, too.
So it's going to be a different kind of worry. It's not going to get easier in some ways, but it really is in other ways, because when she can really just start handling herself and just getting herself back and forth to mom's and work,
it's going to be a game changer for you for sure.
And then I'm going to miss it.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to miss driving with her.
It is a lot of things in life. That's true. The things that you are relieved of sometimes are the things you'll end up missing. That's a fact. It's funny, Sheriff, so we talked about Zach today, so I'm just going to add one more since we're talking about driving.
We're talking about our kids.
Yeah, so we're doing this thing. He got his car senior year, and so he was going to be able to drive his senior year. And a couple of weeks before the senior year started, he was working at Zaxby's. He's out with some friends.
Zach at Zaxby's.
I know, it is kind of ironic. And he's driving, I'm just going to give you a little bit of his background. So he's driving backwards really fast on the street, being stupid like a lot of teenage boys would do. Hit a trailer, flipped the trailer up, tore this other guy's car up. Ends up costing $3,000. Where's the explosion button, sir? Thank you.
Damn.
I know. So I'm like, dude, first of all, I'm not paying that. You gonna pay that. That's a lot of Zaxby's chicken. That's a lot of Zaxby's chicken. You got to cook a lot of chicken to pay for $3,000.
That's a lot of chicken
damage.
Cobb salads.
So much. So that dude ended up, because he couldn't drive his car until he had paid off that dude. He didn't get him paid off till the end of this. He never drove his car his whole senior year.
Man.
That boy.
Well, I pray Skylar doesn't have that happen.
Well, she's not a boy.
On.
Boys are crazy.
So we'll see. I think I did well. I did the best I could teaching her as a permitted driver.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I'm sure she's fine.
So when we drive and she's driving, I don't white knuckle it.
Now, girls don't have to drive crazy to impress boys. Boys think they have to drive crazy to impress girls, which no girls ever impress.
I drove like a maniac.
Yeah,
when I think back on, my later teens and early 20s, the speeding I used to do down country roads in Maine, with frost heaves everywhere, so the roads are bumpy and you can you're bouncing around.
I grew up with Dukes of Hazzard.
That was me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, how fast can I get home? It's midnight, it's pitch, and now it's at night. Basically, I'd be leaving a job from the beach at night, pizza place, and I'm going home. It's the middle of the night. And then there were certain roads. I'm like, all right, I'm going to time myself. How fast? Yeah, you're going 60 miles down roads that should be 25, 30.
That's what you got to do. That's the only way you're going to be good.
I'm
You're
alive.
preparing. You're preparing. My mom and dad was cool with some of the antics of doing Dukes of Hazzard until I started wearing the Daisy Duke shorts. Then they're like, we got to draw a line.
That is the line.
That's the line. I mean, what is he doing? It's like Bo and Luke, and now Daisy? What are you? Where's Jesse? So, yep. Hey, can I transition?
Let's go.
If you want me to, I can.
That's what this show's all about.
I want to talk to you about this.
Our goal is always to hit at least 60 minutes.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
So we got about 14 minutes left.
People usually, I know me and other people talk about it, it's like you are good up to about 45 minutes to an hour. Once you get past an hour, I don't know why. It's even like that in church.
Yeah.
Preacher go past an hour, people like done shut their Bible up and stuff. They're just like, what
that's why the typical model is
1 hour.
Yeah.
Right. So absolutely. Well, I want to share this with you guys because I was introduced to something new this past week.
Okay.
I'm 51 going on 52. Not 3 because that's jumping and that's Common Core. All right, so going on 52, and that's just good math. I had never done this before, and it was quite an experience. My shoulder's been jacked up for a long time. You know this?
Yes, and you went for an MRI.
Yeah, I did. MRI said
what's the news?
Arthritis and bone spurs.
So nothing surgery can fix?
Well, he said that I need to be older to get a full shoulder replacement.
Really?
They don't want to do it when you're young. So I got to wait. Well, I don't. I can only assume this part. I guess it wears out, and they think you're going to live longer. See, doesn't know me.
You don't want to do a second replacement,
right? So I was like, man, you're putting too many cards in that bucket, thinking I'm going to be around a long time.
So now you have to look at options to just help maintain quality of life.
That's it. And so pain is there all the time. Try not to whine about it, but it does hurt. So I was talking to him. He's like, well, we got some options. So we'll see you in physical therapy. Now, I've done all the little bands and the stuff and the heat.
Don't hurt yourself.
And then it got the shockers.
Does it hurt doing that now?
It crunches. It's got a crunch in it. It's like a Krispy Kreme. What is that? What was it? Rice Krispie treats. Rice Krispies.
Oh, gross.
Remember the crackling?
Oh,
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do they still sell that?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it forever. Oh, it's weird.
It's in the sugar aisle.
All I eat is Cheerios at 3 a.m. You know this already. That's all I eat. So anyways, he sent me to get dry needling. So if you've never heard of dry needling, they take something that looks like a safety pin, some straight pin, and they stick that into your muscle. He pinches up your shoulder, all of this in my neck, all my neck muscle, got all this down in here up into my round on the side of it. And they pinch it and they stick the needle in there, and then they send a little electrical pulses. So you feel. So all of a sudden I'm like doing some kind of Saturday Night Live.
It's just making a jerk around.
It's just jerking around some, and then he's doing that, and then they put heat on it, and then they shock it some more. You definitely feel the needles going in.
Yeah.
You definitely do.
How many needles at once are inside?
One time at a time. So he's like stick, and then he'll do his thing, and then relocate, and then relocate.
It's not like acupuncture where you'll have a bunch of needles.
Right. It's not like that. No, this is individually because he's shocking each one each time he does it. And
so they're stabbing you and electrifying you.
Yeah. It was an interesting experience. Now,
did it help?
So that's the thing. It felt like I did 5,000 shrugs. Now, I've never done 5,000 shrugs.
Yeah.
With shrugs, working out, you do this. So I can only imagine, and like today, super tender, but he said it's going to be sore for a few days. First time to do it. I go back tomorrow, and tomorrow they're going to try cupping.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, but they heat up the gas in the bottle and stick it on there, and they basically put hickeys all over you.
Yeah, that looks painful too.
I used to do that with a vacuum cleaner. So it's like I'm showing.
So they're basically trying to tenderize your meat. It sounds like they're just trying to, loosen your muscle. Is that what's going on there?
Now it's changed. Tenderize the meat. Okay, yes. Loosen the muscle. Yes. You kind of release the tension. Exactly. Okay, good. Now we're back.
I went to cannibalism.
And we going. So it's good.
I'm sorry, Coach. You didn't know what you were walking into today.
Very flavorful. That was flavorful. So that's good.
And right now, as I'm watching this, I'm totally
happy.
No, I'm not. I'll be in the living room being like, you hack.
Yeah, no, it's good. No, but the suction cupping thing, I'm interested to see that. You know, the Olympic people do that. And they come out there and they're swimming, the swimmers, and they have 5,000 little circle hickeys all over them. And
yeah. I've seen that, yeah.
So it's basically, it's that.
That's what they do.
We're going to try it.
It tenderizes.
It will do something. It will definitely make it softer meat. So, but I'm game. I thought I would share it with people. I don't know if you've ever had that experience. You ever thought about doing that experience?
No.
But I've got to be honest with you, man.
Never had a reason.
It's such a pain. It is such a problem. It is a
Yeah.
problem. I can say pain in the neck, and it's legit because it's actually in my neck.
Yeah.
So it's like real. It's legitimate.
I'm fortunate. I don't have that. I have a weird right hip. But nothing.
What is your
nothing
hip?
with pain.
What are your hip doing?
Just over.
Is it hairy? Because that would be a weird right hip.
It's hip to be square.
Oh snap! And you now sing in that band.
That's right. I don't sing in the band. I play bass in the band.
I want you to sing though.
But yeah, we're gonna transition.
Okay.
We're gonna transition. Let me answer the question. What was the question again?
Nobody knows your hip is weird.
Oh yeah. What's wrong with your hip? It's just always stiff. Long story. But anyways.
Okay.
The hip to be square.
Okay.
Let's talk about Huey Lewis and the news.
Talk to me. What's the news?
You know about the band I'm in, right?
I do.
We are called Back in Time.
Mm-hmm.
And we have talked about it on the show before.
That's right.
We just had our third rehearsal. You know, it's moving along.
Yeah.
You know, we're growing.
How long is a rehearsal?
It depends.
Okay.
But we show up around 3. By the time we start playing, it's like 3:30. Probably an hour and a half, 2 hours. We're just working through the set list. We have 20 songs. You know, we've made it through 13 so far.
That's pretty good. You're over half.
Yeah, and we made a couple changes. We made one change. We had to replace a guitar player. Let me say, that makes it sound like we fired someone. We didn't.
Yeah.
One of the guitar players just realized he just didn't have enough time to commit to it early on. Oh yeah, it's great. And he's in a band with Jeff already, and they're called Generation X. So we were like, thank you. No, like that. We need to know that now. You know, if you don't feel like you're going to have time, like we all have families and jobs. We get it. Multiple bands. So we brought in another guitar player that's just the best. And then we're adding a sax player that plays keys, saxophone player.
That's sexy.
So now we're going to go 6-piece. He has not joined yet. He's been hired, if you will. But he's going to be at our next rehearsal.
Okay.
So yeah, we're growing, but that we booked our opening night. Our debut show is in September at Neshoba. The opportunity came. We said yes. And we were all like, okay, let's not book anything before it. Let's be patient.
Get ready.
Be ready.
Prepared.
Get ready.
That's right.
And not,
that way
not kill ourselves doing it.
Brings it.
But that way we can have some fun knowing that come fall, especially winter, and definitely by 2026, this thing's going to be cooking and we're going to be working.
Yeah, that's going to be good stuff, man. The saxophone guy, does he do any Kenny G?
He probably could.
Yeah.
But
that'll bring the girls in, and then you guys bust them up with some Huey Lewis.
Yeah, but so it's good stuff. And the kind of bass lines I get to learn are so fun.
Yeah.
So some of the funnest music I've ever had to play.
That's good.
It's perfect gig. And with great friends, with my boy Jeff, my partner in crime for the rhythm section. He and I, it's the first time in a while that we're both on a project together. So it feels good to play with each other again as the rhythm section.
Yep.
That's why we called the show the rhythm section.
And I learned all about what that even means. So,
bass and drums.
So Jeff, right here.
Oh, that's right.
That's where you're going to be next Thursday. Right there. You're going to be right there. We're going to talk about this next Thursday. And I'm telling, this is not even a request. I am telling you, I have camo on. I'm in charge. You're going to be right there.
And speaking of Jeff and Memorial Day weekend, his number one sport, his most favorite thing on earth is Indy 500.
Oh, okay.
And he will be watching.
Guaranteed,
this
huh?
weekend. Oh yeah,
100%.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know I'm going to
He's
be in
all
Florida.
in.
I'm going to Florida for the weekend. Impromptu, up and gone.
Did I say Daytona?
You said something like that.
Or is it
Indianapolis 500?
It's Indy 500.
It is the Indy.
I said it wrong, didn't I?
I think so. It's okay.
Why do you love me?
Because,
how can you put up with me?
Well, because I don't know where we are. Yes, Indianapolis 500. It's that's right. So, yep. My father-in-law.
I'm cringing again.
Don't cringe. Don't cringe. This is normal.
I'm feeling the cringe from the future.
Oh, snap.
Back in time.
There it is. See? And that's another Huey Lewis callback just for you out there, ladies.
Once in a while, I'll stick one in there.
I like that.
I'll have a good quip.
That was good.
I learned from the best.
No, I don't even know who I am. So I tell you what, the Huey Lewis thing's going to be big because people do like all the music. You guys are going to be good.
Every song's danceable.
Boom, 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 boom,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But every song is danceable. Mm-hmm. That's what's going to make it so great. If you get dancers and you're playing gigs that have that kind of dance crowd, you're going to make money because the bars want to make that money from the alcohol sales.
Yep.
Way to go.
I just found a tambourine at my mom's house when we were cleaning things out. You're talking about, call back, going to do a circle back right here.
Circle back.
We clearing stuff out. Found a tambourine. Hey, if you guys need a tambourine player, I'm just saying.
Speaking of percussion,
I hear it.
You hear the drums? The listeners probably can't hear it.
Yeah, what are they doing? Is that from across the street?
No, it's across the hall.
It's up in this joint.
Yeah, so when I forgot when we pushed today. I keep forgetting that we're in a school that has certain hours.
Sure it does.
So, but if there's a film session in this room while an electronic drum kit is getting slammed on, it's this one. This is the podcast where it's allowed.
Yeah, sure. It's not. Nobody's going to notice and be like, "Well, I think that's part of the sound effects." Sure it is.
I'll feel like I screwed up big time if a client gets stuck in this situation. Sorry, can't record, or you're gonna have drums.
Yeah.
Boo. That's not good.
Well, I think I had one where it was kind of in the background, but I didn't. I don't remember hearing it when we played it back.
That's right.
So
because it was my bad.
Yeah.
I agreed.
No fingers being pointed.
You threw a date my way. I said, thumbs up, man.
Yeah.
And forgot to look at Manny's calendar.
Cha-ching. Well, shoot. I'm going to tell you something, man. Hey, I'm looking forward to that. When I get back next week, Thursday's when we're going to have to do it because I won't get in town until Wednesday.
Do we have that in the books yet?
No.
In the calendar?
We need to probably lock that in a minute. But expect me to be a little darker. Now, I will sunburn, but I will tell you so. I got a little Native American somewhere deep in the genetic line.
I mean, you're not pasty white like I am.
And I'm olive-ish.
Olive-ish.
And I'll probably sunburn some, but chances are I'm going to look at myself and be like, dang.
All of this is olive-ish.
I like that. It's nice. That might be a new logo. I'm going to put that somewhere.
Speaking of that, that's another thing we got to talk about. When you get back from Florida.
What are we going to talk about?
Sit down and we're going to figure out a logo for this podcast.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I thought I was going to talk about being an olive, and I was like, I'll work with you. There's some ointments out there.
Well, yeah, two olives cannonballing into a pool.
My daughter, Maddie, she's always putting on the fake tan bronzer. Her fingers look like she's been playing in dirt.
You're going to be an olive cannonballing.
Yep.
I'm going to be a marshmarshmelow.
That's good. That's called contrast.
That represents us.
You don't want us to blend.
No, because we're different.
It's weird.
Yes. It's odd. This isn't awkward at all.
Mix it up some.
This show isn't based on awkwardness ever.
Not at all, man. Not us. Anyways.
Can you quit slinging that nasty fly swat around?
Yes, I will.
Man, we got Hope Center coming up.
We do. Let's talk about that real quick.
So, the next one is on May 31st, right here in Hernando, Memphis.
Yep.
I don't have the list of speakers in front of me, but it's a big list. Tina Tatum, I know that she's there off the top of my head.
A lady that I met back in the day at another conference, Miss Tawana Johnson. She's awesome.
Yep.
She's awesome. You're going to love her.
Chad Wicker, one of our aldermen, I believe Ward 4. Laundry list of people. So it's going to be fun, and we're going to be there. I'm going to be there filming, coach, interview people.
Doing interviews.
Before the event starts. It's going to be fun. And working with Stacey Dodd is always a pleasure, and I feel blessed that he's trusted me to help me in my small business.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
It's huge. It's a big deal for me to be able to have that work. I don't want to sterilize it saying it's a client, because he is. But he's a dear friend. We love Stacey Dodd. So he's supporting me
And you're supporting us.
He's supporting me to help support you.
Yeah. Well, I'm
know
on
what
the
I'm
board
saying?
of directors with the Hope Center now. I'm
Yeah.
very honored to have that.
Yeah.
And it's just a great, worthwhile cause, man. And the kids, I think the kids really get a lot out of it.
Yeah. Next time, we're going to try to get kids on the mic in front of the camera again.
Yeah, we
Like
will.
we did in San Antonio. It was fun. But,
Yep.
one of the kids wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
Kyle.
Are we allowed to say the kids' names?
Yeah, Kyle. He's the Hope Center mayor.
That's right. Hope Center Mayor.
Yep. I gave him that title, but it's
Yeah.
official.
Well, if he's in Hernando,
Yeah.
we're getting him in front of the camera. He's
No doubt
a
about it.
natural.
He is. Yeah, he's going to take
great.
my job one day, which is not hard.
So May 31st, 10 to 2. It's free,
Yep.
right? Just show
is.
up.
Yep.
There'll be Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
Chick-fil-A sponsors and feeds. Just comes in with the boxes. Chicken
what they
sandwiches and waffle chips.
Yep. I will give a small speech, and then I do the MCing at the end where I talk to the different kids on a panel. So
Yep.
it's good stuff, man. So I love it. Life is busy, but man, Derrick, you and I, if we'd have never met at Coffee Central in Hernando.
Shout
who
out
knows?
Tina Tatum.
Tina
I know.
Tatum, Robert Carter.
Robert Carter is the Cupid.
He was the
Yeah.
conduit.
My whole Hernando story,
Goes
from
back to-
past to present, and then the one I'm going to continue to build, starts with Robert Carter.
He's the whole reason
My
people
Hernando life.
are experiencing this moment.
Yeah. So
And-
shout out Robert. I don't know if he watches. I hope he does. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, I'll make him. Actually,
I think he still keeps up with the real Hernando a little bit. But yeah, man, I feel like I'm squirreling again.
no, it's okay. We're just sleepy.
It feels like Friday to me, but it's only Wednesday.
Is it only Wednesday?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I think it's because my weekends are a blur now.
Oh,
You know, I film all day Sundays
you do.
with Jeff for the rhythm section. Toss in whether it's a Hope Center Saturday or just now A'Fair Saturday, DJing stuff, and then all the editing and just like, man, it's just every day just blends into the next.
7 days a week, baby.
And my day off is when my body says shut down. Mentally is usually when I'm like, oh, okay, I feel like this. That means it's because you haven't had a day off in 12 days or
well,
whatever.
next year I'm changing to the Mayan calendar. They give you 8 days in a week. So I'm just going to do more days.
8. Hey, the Beatles talked all about that.
Yeah.
8 days a week.
8 days a week. That's right. I do remember that, man.
What do you got going on this weekend?
Like I said, we're heading out of here. We're going down to Florida.
That's right.
Quick getaway. We're going to be down there for about 3 nights.
What part of Florida?
I don't know, somewhere near Panama City. This ain't my trip. These are girls.
Is that Panhandle?
It is in the Panhandle.
Okay.
It's in the Gulf
Yeah.
of America, I guess.
America.
I guess that's what we're doing now. I don't know. I
have no idea.
I got on American clothes now.
It's
so we're doing-
shocking I get 2 different answers.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter either.
Doesn't matter to me. Call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
Big body of water.
Yeah.
There we go. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, the Gulf of Mexico, an ocean I've been in plenty of times.
Shakespeare
down in
once said,
Southern Texas.
"What is in a name? Would a rose by any other name smell any less sweet?" I don't know if that's exactly what he says, but it's something like that.
You were trying to keep the dumb level at a certain spot here.
Yeah.
You just made us smarter.
No, I didn't. I messed that up. Trust me.
That was not correct.
Anybody that follows Shakespeare.
I'm certainly not your fact checker there.
That's somebody's like, oh, cringy.
And you know what?
Cannonball!
Let's go.
It's time to cannonball, sir.
That's good stuff, man.
That was a wild ride, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fun. I'm dizzy and weak. So I smell bad too.
Are you gonna cringe along with me when you watch this one?
No, I'm gonna laugh. In fact, I'm gonna make everybody listen to it on our trip down to Florida this weekend.
Oh, in that case, what's up, Alicia?
Let's do it.
You quit flinging that nasty fly swat around.
That's
Maddie,
for you.
How are you?
Yep.
Has your dad driven you completely insane yet?
I hope so.
What do you think she's saying right now?
God, why are you saying my name? And Joey Reese and Heather Reese's daughter, Campbell, is going with us.
Oh, very cool.
So, yep, so
shout
Campbell.
out to the Reese's.
Cam. Yep.
Mississippi Eats.
That's it, Mississippi Eats.
Beautiful people.
It is.
Well,
They've
great man.
been at that place called SRP Studios LLC.com.
And motivatewithcoachcamp.com.
They have been on that before.
Yes, and if you ever want to throw us a note, we'll read it
Send us a message.
at
Cannonballing Life at
gmail.com.
That's good. That felt good. I felt positive.
Very positive.
So positive.
Go to Positive Voices if
that's
you want to
smart.
share your positivity.
Yeah. Is that in the link?
It's in the link. It's a link
It's a link.
in the description
In that.
for a Facebook group called Positive.
Voices.
That's right.
I did that.
And then the link right below that is for Venmo.
Motivated Coach Camp.
That's right. If you
should
want
do that.
to throw us a penny or two.
I'm going to need it. I'm going to Florida.
But we are going to work on a logo thanks to our good friend, what's his name again, that sent us the money?
Oh, that would be Tony.
Tony.
Harrington. Yes.
So-
yes.
Your money will be well spent.
Yes. Y'all
We
send us some
promise.
money. We're going to mention your name just like that.
When we finally roll out a logo and then eventual T-shirt and mug and everything, we
It's
have
coming.
you to thank for that.
We're going to have you in
Thank
the studio.
you, Tony.
Bam, right there. You're going to be right there with us.
Oh,
With a
there you
hat
go.
And some sunglasses.
I like it. Yeah, let's get him in here for sure.
Love it, dog.
And
Hey,
if you want to be on the show too, it's $1,000.
$1,000. Have a great Memorial Day.
You too, sir. And thank you
Yes,
for your service.
absolutely. Holla.
Be safe, everybody.